Hello and welcome back to the final little segment for this series on direction. Truthfully, this is what started the whole progression in my whole investigation, because I have a dear friend, Alyssa, thank you so much for your question, who wanted to know how to notate just raising the hands, right? She was like, I don't know how to do that. And she knows a lot about directions, and she knows about, different levels and directions of the limbs. And so it was so beautiful that she reached an edge and she said, there's got to be a way to make this happen that's a little easier. And I'm here to say, yes, Alyssa, there is. So when we have a gesture, and this is a simple gesture, right? We might do this with children, right? It's a simple gesture. So why isn't a simple notation? Well, it is a simple notation, but it requires that we have an understanding of space first. So that's why if you haven't watched the 3 videos prior to this, go back please and take a look at them so that we can talk and use a shared language when describing this very simple action. So what I have here is I have my hands in the forward area, right? They're forward of my general body. They're bent, they're flexed, and my palms are facing the ceiling. So my palms are facing place high. And what I would like to do is I'd like to lift my arms from the table upward. And I could turn my palms and then lower my hands downward. So my hands are actually in a straight line moving upward and downward. Place high and place low. Straight up away from gravity, straight down into the earth in the plumb line. So once I start thinking about that, now I have this concept called direction of progression. So once you've established your body in a place, and you want to say, well, the arms will progress, place high and place low. You can use this concept because the arms don't arrive to place low, which would be down at my hip, and they don't arrive to place high, which would be free end right over the fixed end, right? They stay in my forward area and move up and down. And it's called direction of progression. I could also progress the hand outward. Now, because the free end and the fixed end stay in the same relationship, I might not choose to use direction of progression. It's really best for gestures and things that happen in, all in the front area of the body. So this hand drawing a line open is all happening in the front area of my body, but how do I want to describe it? Well, the idea is that it moves side, but it's still in the front of my body. Well, yes, the direction of progression, it progresses side, even though it lives in the front of my body. So here, this is where your sense of space, and space being a concept that we live in and inhabit and can experience and draw from, space can also exist in microcosms where I'm going high and low, side to side, front to back in this microcosm. And so my microcosm of space, it's like I'm lifting, lowering, place high, place low. And the palm facing that was expressed as part of the question is the idea that my palms are facing, place high. My palms go place high, then I can switch my palm facings to place low, and then they go down. Progress up, palm facing changes, progress down. That's one way to describe it. And again, these are general statements. So when we are working with motif, there are things that we're letting go of. We aren't necessarily going to talk about the angle of the arm, and we're going to let maybe some things go from the notated description of the movement because what we're focused on is this rising and lowering. So how we're standing or how we're feeling about it, right? We might choose not to notate that if I'm just focused on this piece of the gesture. If I wanted to describe every detail about it, of course I could, and that's when I would want to go to a more fixed system like Laban notation or kinetography. So I hope that this was helpful. Alyssa, I hope it answered your question, and I think that's it for now. So take care, keep dancing, keep exploring direction. Please, please, please let me know if you have any questions. I would love, love, love additional questions, and then it prompts me to actually, get some lavender out and make a video. So you help me by posing questions, and I'll talk to you later. Happy dancing, happy notating. Language of Dance and Tea. I'm Beth Megill. Whoa, it's shifting. A leg, woo! To Language of Dance, no.